So I originally began typing this message a moment ago, and I realized honestly it's just easier for me to talk it. I honestly prefer doing this, so I'm going to do it this way for you guys. I'm going to give you a market update that I'm seeing currently, and then I'm going to put it out on my private channel. I apologize for the water running next door. The bathroom's right here. Teresa's running a bath, so it is what it is. I just looked at the charts. I noticed that Coinbase is down to $2.94 a share. Quite honestly, I'm amazed it's even that high. I'm going to tell you right now, it has more to drop. I guarantee you that. I mean, I know it in my heart. I've seen these IPOs time and time again, especially in the tech space. There's a lot of hot air. And the reality is that, you know, everything is overblown right now. Like, there's been so much FOMO action into crypto tokens and into the stock market, absolutely. So don't be surprised, but Coinbase stock is going down from here. And anybody that got in at this time or above, you're going to lose probably, I'm going to guess, minimum 30%, and, you know, even 50% of your value, maybe even more. I mean, who knows? It could drop 75, 80%. In going into the tokens, I mean, you know, some of you have gotten in, unfortunately, close to this temporary top, you know, this new all-time high. And it sucks to be there, but I'm going to tell you right now, I've been there. This is playing out very, very similarly to how it played out for me in 2016-17 in that bull run. We had, you know, multiple all-time highs and then, you know, crazy crashes down. The people that mentored me showed me the parallels with the dot-com, you know, tech boom. So now we have past history in crypto. You know, we had an enormous boom in 2016-17. This boom is probably going to be even bigger, which is great. You know, it's going to be great if you can get in and, you know, ride it to the top and get out, you know, somewhere close to that. It'll suck for those that get in at the top and they end up having to watch, you know, 50 to 80% of their value, you know, disappear. But that's how it is in markets, right? So that being said, you know, I got in, you know, not right at the top of the peak here, but very close to the top on some of these new tokens like Viberate and Audius, and I think, you know, obviously Hoj, and you know, a few others. I mean, thankfully, I think I got in at a good price with Venus and some other ones that unfortunately just aren't coming to my head right now, but suffice to say, you know, I'm down, you know, as much as yesterday I got into freaking Safe Mars like a moron, and, you know, it's dropped 50% easily. You know, it is what it is. I put like $200 into it, you know, thankfully I know better. That's the whole point of asset allocation. That's why I tell you guys, put in what you're comfortable putting in. Try not to FOMO. Even though I don't always follow my own recommendations, but I also never wreck myself. Even when I lose, I haven't been wrecked. Even, you know, when I got scammed, you know, which pisses me off, but, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I'm human. What can I say? I never get, you know, wrecked from that stuff because I use pretty good asset allocation. You know, I don't throw all my chips into one thing. I try to play it like, you know, a venture capitalist would. Put you know, anywhere from 1 to 2% allocation in higher risk speculation, 5 to 10% allocation in, you know, more secure assets, if you will, right? May not make as much on those 5 to 10% because, you know, maybe there's not as much gain, but you make solid returns. The speculative ones, when they crash, yeah, you lose, you know, 1% of your portfolio at best, 1 to 2%. When they take off and they go to the moon, you know, you tend to, you 100x, you know, your gains are 1000x, right? You know, you make it up, right? And of course you go, oh, damn, I wish I'd have put in more money. Well, you're always going to say that. Trust me. So my point to you is, especially like you, Chip. I mean, you got in pretty close to this temporary top. You may lose 50%, maybe even as much as 80% on this drop right now. You're gonna feel like somebody, betrayed you, like you just got screwed over. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is temporary. I knew this was coming. It's just really difficult to time market tops. I have all these damn indicators, and they still don't show me perfectly where the top is. I mean, I'll see them coming early. I actually kind of saw this coming in the Ethereum chart, and I cashed out some Ethereum that I had in play. And I cashed it out at like 20, almost 2,300. Then of course it goes up to like 25 something all-time high. But now it's down below that, right? So I bought back in, like it crashed down to about 2,000. Bought in a little bit, but didn't put in, I put in maybe like 20% of what I had, that I cashed out, right? Thankfully, didn't go in more. I had a problem with like my money transfer over, so that actually worked in my favor. So anyway, moving forward, just understand that we are probably going to go through a major correction. I don't think it's done yet. It's possible Bitcoin could even go down as low as to 30K. All right. So if you got in at like 45, 50, or 60, you're going to have a temporary pullback, and you're going to be in the red on your balance sheet. Let's talk about Doge, okay? I told a bunch of you, not my inner circle, but other people who were, kind of jumping in my group, to not touch Doge, all right? That being said, I mean, if you got in at a low enough amount and you got out at a high enough amount, good for you, man. I mean, I bought into Doge years ago, and then, of course, it bottomed out, shot up recently. I cashed out, moved it into other tokens. Wish I'd have held on. I could have made a crap ton of money on it, but it is what it is. I don't care, honestly. Look at it, I go, look, I made profit on it. I moved on. It is a shit coin, and I continue to say it's a shit coin. It has no use value other than maybe buying some Mavericks tickets because Mark Cuban allows it, and Elon Musk may be creating something. I could be wrong. Raoul Powell came on a Real Vision one day, and he talked about how we could all be wrong about Dogecoin. Like Taylor Swift could turn it into her like personal platform, and we could all be eating our own lunches. I seriously doubt it. You want to keep some money in it, keep some money in it. Hopefully you cashed out at the top. If you didn't, you want to ride it out, be my guest. I wish you the best on that one. Certainly hope you use proper asset allocation on it if you got into it, right? So anyway, so I guess the whole point of this video is to welcome, you to, any of you that are new to this, welcome to crypto. Welcome to the world of crypto. It's like the Wild West. It's like the stock market being created again, right? It's a whole new asset class. This is what people went through in the 1800s and the early 1900s before all the regulation finally got put in. The advantage of the regulation is it decreases the volatility. The disadvantage is it keeps small people out of it. You can't make big gains, or you can, but it's more difficult, right? So right now we are in the early stages. You can make some huge gains. You can take enormous losses if you don't use proper asset allocation. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you. Again, I apologize for the noise. It is what it is. I choose bad timing for recording this video. So I hope it helps you guys. Please stay calm, and let's keep powering on because there's much more gain to happen in this market. I am confident this will continue to run up. Definitely September is the earliest that this thing will close out. I have a feeling that we will peak somewhere in like December. I think the holidays, because here's what I noticed. Okay, so let me explain something. Like one of the things I look for that shows me where temporary market tops are. Okay, one of them, a big one, is holidays. I think the summertime here, we're either going to get a pullback again because people are going to cash out and they're going to go on vacation and they're not going to want to watch their positions. Or what we could see is that people expect that, and so sneaky institutional people start jumping in as you're cashing out your positions and they drive it higher, okay? I tend to think the first scenario. Now, moving forward, end of the year, Thanksgiving, Christmas time, people have their minds on the holidays and their families, right? Believe it or not, so do institutional investors, right? The other thing they also have on their mind is taxes, all right? So many times they will close out their positions before the end of the year so they can sort out their tax information, and then they may jump back into positions in the beginning of the year. But if it's a market top, then they aren't going to jump back in. Like, they're going to stay out and the markets are going to tumble like they did moving from 2017 into 2018. So I strongly recommend that when the markets are FOMOing again, like they were right now, when they were just rocketing up meteoric gains, stupid gains like they've been doing, I recommend you start cashing out some of your positions, like especially your more speculative ones. That's what I'm going to do. I'm some of the tokens that are just more speculative for me and newer, I'm going to probably cash out many of them, probably put them into Bitcoin or Ethereum, maybe even a Tether. Again, got to make your own decisions, right? I'm not a financial advisor. I don't claim to be. I can't do this for you. I'm just a normal person, a somewhat educated person trying to help people perhaps build lifetime wealth, build their retirement portfolio and maybe even generational wealth that you can pass on to your heirs. So I hope that helps you guys, and I'll have more content coming at you later.